Welcome back, everybody. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah, it just kind of yep, it all worked out exactly as planned. Anyway, continue, John.
Anyway, I was saying I'm not sure where it cut out, where chat cut out, but I think I was just talking about all of the cool things that y'all can get. If you're interested in playing a game with either GM'd by either Lucas or myself, you can find those also on our coffee. If you click the little commissions page button on there, you can either book a game with Lucas playing D&D, Cyphers, Cyberpunk, one of the like your standard like big book RPG, um, with a few other folks, or you can jump in for a game of one of my one pagers or similar. If there's a one pager that all of us feel very passionate about, we can play that too, and that'll be a good time. Chance, hello.
Hi, Chance.
It's good to see you. But yeah, no, that's kind of the gist of what's going on tonight. It's all bad pitches all the time. Pitch us a few bucks, and we will turn whatever your pitch is into something either truly amazing or truly horrible,
Or
depending on.
both.
We've done both,
We've
honestly.
done
Like
both. Mm-hmm.
we've done bad pitches ramblemancy. We've done good pitches
Mm-hmm.
ramblemancy, and sometimes we try to pitch a bad thing, and then it winds up being good.
It's true.
Like it winds
Yeah,
up
that's
turning into a so
yep.
bad it's good kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some of
So
my
Which is
favorite
fun to
movies.
do.
So,
it's a mystery to everyone involved up until the very moment we begin speaking. Uh,
well, to start us off, Freeman, I think you said you had one in the chamber ready to go.
I got one in the chamber. I think it's
All right.
it's if I know we don't have all the time in the world, but I do want to give a little backstory. I was talking to Allison on the phone earlier,
Uh huh.
and something we were talking about animals, like pets and what they ate, and then it like reminded me of this story that I heard like a couple weeks ago or so about a deer like gnawing and eating a fucking snake. And I was like, I thought they were herbivores, but apparently when they're desperate enough, they'll just actually eat anything. So it made me think of Bambi goes for revenge. If Bambi's revenge, I know this can't happen. This can't really happen because Disney. So whatever. But like,
It's it's basically
imagine
like what they did
Bambi.
with
Yeah.
what they did with Winnie the Pooh once it went into the public domain, where they made like a horror version of it.
oh God.
Oh my God, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
B- Bambi, but horror.
Bambi, but like
Oh
horror. Exactly.
Okay,
no. Okay,
okay.
and it's like
Bambi. Yep.
it's animated like in the same style as like the recent Winnie the Pooh movie,
Oh, horrible,
where
horrifying.
yeah, no, it already bad,
Yeah.
right? And like, what kind of horror are we talking? Are we talking like schlocky, gory, like horror? Is
I
it?
think it's a
Is it?
slasher film with
I think
Bambi
I.
is the like, but in a weird way, like where Bambi is portrayed as like kind of the like sympathetic villain,
Mm-hmm.
where you're kind of it's a slasher film
Mm-hmm.
where you're kind of rooting for Bambi the whole time.
Yeah, like you're like, wow, that's really fucked up, but I can't not side with Bambi.
Yeah, yeah. Which means that
Hmm.
like all the other characters, like the hunters and shit, they all have to be like really just like irredeemably awful
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
so
no,
many ways.
and we're talking like cartoon, like so far beyond cartoonish. Like these characters have to be just truly awful.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like there has to be some excess of show because we don't have a lot of time to get to know these characters. We've got like I don't know how long slasher films usually are, but like probably
Usually
I'm
about like
guessing somewhere in like the 90 to 100 minute range
yeah,
tops. Like there's
I'd
only
say
so
so.
much
Yeah,
more you can do, right?
it's
Mm-hmm.
true. An hour and a half or
It's
so.
like,
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
that's right. Geekouts points out that there is an SNL skit that is this, but it's The Rock, and you're absolutely right. I forgot about that. I actually forgot about that. Yeah,
ideal
ideal.
length
Too.
Yeah, go ahead.
like horror slasher is about 80 minutes.
That
All
sounds
right.
about right. Yep.
Yeah. I think at that point your audience is beginning to like become inured to
Mm-hmm.
the horrors of what they're seeing, and they're like, "Oh wow, more red stringy stuff in tubes!" Like,
Well, there's also like
Mm-hmm.
a very specific formula that slasher films follow, and there's a formula that's repeated throughout the film, and like there's only so many times you can repeat that without people just like getting bored, like totally losing your audience.
Yeah.
So like,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that makes sense to me. Well, yeah,
Now, I think to make it worse, there's got to be like some kind of psychological horror sub-theme and like some kind of like badly, like poorly placed, like environmentalism themes to this, right? Like it's got to feel because we have to make this truly awful. You know,
so I'm
it's got to
curious how you
be.
would do that, John. I'm curious how you would go about that.
You know, like I'm trying to figure out how we can get the slasher film equivalent of that part in Les Miserables, the book where Hugo just goes off about French politics via one of his characters in just like thinly veiled essaying for like 30
Oh,
or 40 or 50
oh,
pages.
I got it. I got it. No problem. Like as Bambi is brutally murdering one of the like just irredeemably awful people, is Bambi's monologuing about
Oh
logging.
yeah. Yeah.
About
Yeah, yeah,
logging.
yeah. Like looks
Oh,
directly
perfect.
at the camera.
Yeah. Like
It
literally
can't even
like
be.
yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, what
yeah.
were you
It
saying,
can't
Freeman?
even be. I was just gonna say, it can't even be. There's like no. It's like not a thing where Bambi is speaking. It's a monologue that's happening over the scene. Like there's no talking
That's
coming
even
from.
worse, and I love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like it begins as so many do by giving you a bunch of statistics about like the necessity of,
Oh my god,
certain
it's just
amounts of
it's
space
literally
and
just
like
like an like this never happens at any point else in the movie, but just one of the random murders that Bambi is doing, we're watching Bambi just like brutally ripping apart one of the like hunters or whatever, and then an inconvenient truth esque like Al Gore voiceover about right in the middle of this happening.
like some
Oh,
guy just like badly green screened walks on
No,
screen and begins
genuinely,
like
Al Gore is what I'm telling you.
oh.
we bring him out of retirement. Oh my god. No, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, like that I think that we were almost pitching what could be, I think, like a B plus like slasher film. And once you introduce Al Gore walking on screen and delivering monologue, a lengthy monologue about the necessity of retaining the original forest and
Mm-hmm.
not the damage that even just like replanted forests
Yeah.
cause because you lose all of the it goes on and 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 on. At certain points, Bambi is no longer even on screen, and then it just randomly cuts back to Bambi devouring the hunter.
I really do think it would be better if it was just in one specific scene and it was just like a long, like 5 minutes of like it getting progressively gorier while this like environmentalism monologue is happening over the top of it. And then it ends and we never do it again the whole rest of the
Yep.
movie.
Yep, that's it. That's the end of it. There's
Yeah.
no follow up to it. It's just that.
Okay, I have a proposal.
Ooh.
I have a proposal. As who is playing the titular slasher character.
Mhm.
I think it should be Bill Skarsgård.
Oh yeah.
Bill Skarsgård
Yeah.
should play Bambi. Yep,
Good.
that's my choice.
I knew that one of the Skarsgårds should be in this.
Yes, Bill Skarsgård as Bambi.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I forgot which Skarsgård that was for a second. Yep. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be perfect.
Oh my God.
I see our one of our moderators also has a thing running here. Celebrity cameo pics. Captain America.
Oh my God, Kate, that's incredible. I love that.
I'll be
Oh.
joking Al Gore when Aussie streamers regularly make Harold Holt an NPC. He's the prime minister that we lost when they went swimming and never came back. Oh no.
Well,
Also, welcome, Kate. Tonight we are doing a favorite bit of ours on Ramblemancy with a fun fundraiser twist. This evening we are doing Bad Pitches Ramblemancy,
Mhm.
which means that if you have, nope, I didn't spell that right. If you have something that you want to hear us pitch and just make either the best or the worst, oftentimes the worst, you can pitch us $5 and we'll spend, a good 5 to 15 minutes trying to figure out how we can make the most cursed piece of media possible
Yeah.
out of your pitch.
And like, feel free to riff on our pitches in the chat. But as far as actual suggestions for pitches, we'll probably tonight we will only be taking them from our coffee. We will definitely do this again in the future just for fun, but for today we're doing it for fundraising purposes. For Tomorrow is Dead season 2. So, in accordance with that, we will only be taking pitches from the coffee. But y'all feel free to riff with us when we are already in one of our pitches. So we've got.
So to give a
yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, to recap what we've got so far, we're pitching one of our own things here just to get us warmed up, lubricated.
I hate that you use that. I don't know why it makes me uncomfortable. It just does. I don't.
I think that's why I chose it. So thus far we have a slightly too long Bambi slasher film, and it's too long because right in like the middle of the second act, there's just a super long Al Gore monologue about deforestation and logging,
and also unsustainable hunting.
Yes, and unsustainable hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly might even pivot into overfishing because it's a related issue.
Mm-hmm. But it does that for about 10 minutes, condensed into 10 minutes, all voiced over just one of Bambi's like goriest slasher kills, right, of one of the hunters, who the hunters in this movie, by the way, are irredeemably awful, so we are only rooting for the slasher monster, in this case Bambi.
Yep.
And I just saw the poll one. Michelle Obama is the poll winner for the Bambi slasher PSA for a celebrity cameo. So
So Michelle Obama just gets to peek in at some point.
It'd be hilarious if it was legitimately just like "That's right, Al," and then she never says anything. No, I think that she deserves more screen time than that, but it could just be like a back and forth between the two of them,
Oh
like
my
the whole
God,
thing is just a back and forth
man.
between
passing it back and forth like weathermen and like
Yes.
the weather person and the news
Oh,
desk.
God. I like that. I was gonna say she could be like an investigator of some kind.
Oh, there's a B plot. Oh no, we integrate it into the fiction of the film.
Wait, back up. What are we integrating into the fiction of the Which part?
I said they were going I said they were going back and forth like the news desk and the weather person. And then I was like, "Oh my God, what if they're part of fucking they're role playing as some like park rangers or something like that?"
Oh my God.
It feels like something that should be in like an adult version of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I got it. Yeah. All right, hear me out. There's one of the hunters running through the state park is like screaming for help for the rangers, like, "Help me, you gotta help me!" And then slash, Bambi comes out, vicious murder, and just starts brutalizing him. In this case, Al Gore and Michelle Obama are the park rangers who are looking on horrified, and then they suddenly break character and the fourth wall, look directly at the camera, go into the monologue. In the meantime, there's just this horrifying murder happening in the background while they're talking about deforestation, overfishing, and like unsustainable hunting practices for about 10 minutes. All the while, like the whole time, there's a murder happening in the background. And then it cuts back to the film, and they never come back the rest of the film. Nope. That's it. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they couldn't afford back to being a regular, any more of their time.
Yeah, it was going because of budget. Because of the whole budget for the film went specifically to that. That's it.
And then they blew the budget. They blew the budget on 2 celebrity appearances, so like everything else is just stitched together with safety pins, duct tape, and prayers. There's definitely like an Aquafina, and it's not product placement. It's just one of the cast or crew's like water bottles sitting in several shots.
Yeah.
You know, the
I
person.
love Nearly Human. That's exactly the vibe I'm talking about. Park rangers as an accessory. They are asked for help, turn away, and do their PSA instead. Exactly what I was going for. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. Yeah.
It's pretty
I
not
think
great.
one of the
Yeah.
I think one of the hunters, at the risk of making this slightly better, I think one of the hunters, the main one, should be Sean Bean.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
If nothing more than just because he seems to just die in a lot of films that he's in.
Except for National Treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets arrested in that one.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which is one of the better ways
That's
I
true.
think for a character of his to go out.
Yeah. That's
It's
true.
true. Very true. Oh, wow.
Sean Bean, Final Girl.
Wait, actually, that's way better. I'd love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kit says, can we add nice little collectibles that are functionally skills, but you gain them like Girl Scout badges? Oh my god.
Oof. All right.
Oh,
okay.
That's
amazing.
Picture. I know this cat lady says, I'm picturing the scene in Pink Panther when the woman leans in for a kiss and the MC turns away and the woman flops over onto her face. Yeah, no, fully just.
Could even just be like they're just being like blood splattered from the murder happening off camera, and they like
onto them,
and they don't break character. They don't even acknowledge it. It's never acknowledged.
Yeah, this grisly scene is playing out, and it's spattered in the blood from the hunt, just remorselessly monologuing.
Yeah, but it's like I think it's better if the slasher film is still taking place, but like off camera. Like it's taking place like just off camera.
Like it's one of those scenes that as you're watching it, you're like, is this supposed to be funny? But it's clearly not.
Right.
Like
yes, it's played completely straight. Like just.
Yeah. No. It's not played like an SNL bit where everyone's like kind of half grinning and doing all of that, and it is very much intended to be a moment of intense gravity.
And that's why it has to go on for as long as it does, because it has to be clear it's not a bit. Like, it has to be clear this is not like a Family Guy cutaway parody sort of thing. This is like, it has to be very clear it's not a bit. So.
Yeah. Like, and Family Guy notorious for its like stretching out those jokes way longer than they have any right to go. Right. And so you get to like minute 3 of this and you're like, okay, when are they going to cut away though? Like when's the other shoe gonna drop? And no, you've been Victor Hugo'd. Like
oh god, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This cat lady says it just gets progressively more violent. First it's blood splatter, then some clearly rubber organs. Yeah, like Michelle Obama holds out her hands or something and gestures, and then some some bit of the hunter lands in them, and she just hands it to Al Gore, and they continue talking.
Maybe at one point it's a limb, like a hand, like an arm, like
gesture with
it. Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
Yes.
Oh my god. Incredible. Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm happy with that one. I think that's good.
Yeah. I think we've arrived at a good place for that pitch.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to do much better.
Wait. We do need one more thing. We need a title.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, titling is the hardest part. By the way, since we're coming to the end of this pitch, if you have one for us, $5 an idea, and you are helping fund our next actual play, putting us towards some cool goals, and you get to hear us pitch your bad movie for the next 20 minutes.
Oh god, we need a good title for this one. The Bambining. No.
No.
Bam Bam Bambi. No. Yeah, I hear you though. Something.
Oh no.
It's got like. I'm searching for like a good like ecology or like deforestation or like deer pun. Something like an equestrian pun, even like a play on those words. The problem is I this is where I wish I one of the few times where one of my old roommates would actually be useful, because they watched a lot of slasher films, and so I could be like, hey, give me some titles.
Right.
There is a there's a formula for. I feel like there's somewhat of a formula, kind of, for like naming horror films. They're just
Oh, wait. It's. I think it'd be. I think it works if it's like one of those titles with a subtitle. So it'd be like, Bambi, the Threat Within, or something like that. You know, like.
Yeah. I mean, because like I was just looking at a bunch of horror movie titles, and I was like, okay, so either it's like one word or like the something, or it's very elaborate.
something
It's time
the
to log
fawning.
out.
Oh my god.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Okay. I see what you're doing there, Kate. I see where you're coming from. All right. I respect that. I can respect that.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Damn. Yes, indeed.
Fawn of the Dead. That's the one.
I was
Damn,
trying to
really
think of something
human.
with fawn.
Got it in
God.
one.
There
Damn.
it is.
All right. Okay.
Oh.
Looks like we got a pitch.
I'm so excited
I'm
for some.
very
Anytime
excited.
you pitch something, Matt. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna post the pitch in chat
Okay.
as well. Okay.
Fawn of the Dead.
It's the far future from Geek Outs.
All right.
There's some good options in Amethyst's title or poll there though too. Ooh, those are good.
Oh, I gotta look at those.
So.
Oh, those are some good ones.
I know. Bambi Fawn of the Dead is very good. I'm a big fan of that. Bambi
I really like.
Dehumanization.
That's the one I like. Yeah.
Children
Absolutely.
of the Forest, also excellent. Like Bambi Children of the that hasn't gotten any votes in the poll yet, but Bambi Children of the Forest, like these are all incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh
all right.
my God.
What do we got for our next pitch here?
So here's our next pitch. It's the far future of 1996. America no longer exists. Survivors struggle in the post-apocalyptic wasteland, fending off roving gangs and mutated cannibals. Starring Rob Schneider and Adam Sandler as The Last Guardian, coming to Netflix 2025.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh God.
Okay. So
this is a movie.
The far future of 1996 is maybe my favorite part of that pitch, because that really is how a lot of those films of that genre tend to be. It because they were made in the 80s and like in the far future. 1997. Isn't that literally when one of the Escape from Insert City Name Here takes place? Escape from New York, Escape from LA, one of those two.
I think so.
It's like 1997 or something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. So, here's what I've decided. I think it's too easy to go with nuclear apocalypse. That's too easy. We got to go with something else. Something unexpected.
Yeah, all right. So, mutated cannibals, apocalyptic wasteland, nuclear is, I think, too much. It's played out. My brain, of course, because of what this fundraiser is for, says zombies, but I don't know if I like that either.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm there. I'm not sure I'm there.
I think it winds up just being like kind of a knockoff then of like it's like a retro version of what's the fucking movie where the like comedy zombie film that was super popular in the the 2000s.
Wait, what?
There's a Zombieland, yeah.
Okay.
Like I think it winds up just being like another version of Zombieland.
Ooh, okay. I like what Kate's getting here. Nanotech gone wild. Okay, so it's not just a robocalypse. It's a nanotech apocalypse. I think that's very
Interesting.
cool. All right,
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Now, how can we make this worse? Also, I just saw that Chance said the way John delivered that was 10 out of 10. It's like the one video that goes 109.1 total hard rock car crash noises. It's not your grandma's radio station. Plays Imagine Dragons. There was okay, so breaking the bad pictures thing for just a moment. There was legitimately a stream that I did with an art streamer friend, where the whole pitch for the stream was Bree is not allowed to talk while she draws, and I narrate things from chat in a radio announcer voice.
good.
And that was the whole stream. It was just me leaning into the mic, doing NPR voice for like a good while, and then we would switch places, and she would try and do funny voices while I was drawing, and it was wild.
Good.
Anyway,
That's incredible.
Yeah, I like the nanotech angle mostly because I think it's pretty far out of both of these actors' usual fare. Like,
No,
I think
that's the thing, right? Like that's the thing. In order for it to be even more terrible than just saying Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider are the stars, I think it has to be those two set in a setting that is far too sincere for both of those actors. I think I think in order to make this worse, we have to fuck with tone, right? We have to make this completely atonal. So
yeah, because like I think the most sci-fi adjacent thing that I've seen Adam Sandler do is Click, which was the the comedy, but not like the Adam Sandler comedy with the third act really sad twist, where he has the remote where he can undo things or fast forward through things in his life.
yes,
And then it starts doing it automatically, and he can't stop it, and yada yada, and then the classic. All of a sudden, this is sad and very meaningful thing. We have to avoid allowing that to happen. So it has to be sincere in a way that is not the usual Adam Sandler third act like parable, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's, and I think the way that we do that is we just go, it just goes hard into like lore that just, oh god, I just thought of it. I got there. Okay, so hear me out.
Huh.
This is a world that has so much lore, like just really in-depth lore, and the whole movie has no plot. It is just different characters lore dumping to Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider, while each of them make their own like insert like their own kind of like style of like one-liners after every new piece of information that they're given. Done.
It's a comedy for these two actors, and it's an extremely serious show for everyone else in a way that does not work. Like again, it's supposed to be a serious post-apocalypse like drama, but these two actors, for the life of them, cannot make themselves do it, or just like the directorial choices. For like either we've got Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider, they've got to be funny, punchy guys.
And the worst part about it is that it's the kind of movie that when you watch it, you know that the people who pitched this idea, the people who had this idea, intentionally made it this way and chose those two actors because they wanted to play with expectations, and they did it on purpose, and it still didn't work. Like like it's the kind of thing that they did. It's like, when a film or a show or something like that, piece of media, does something unexpected that doesn't feel like it should work, to sort of like subvert what is like subvert what is expected for that particular genre of thing, and then they kind of use that to sort of like turn people's assumptions about the film on their head. It's like that, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just a bad idea the whole way through, and it just never picks up or gets better. So yeah. Oh my god, David Spade is a cannibal. Absolutely, Geekouts. I'm for it.
Who?
Very here for that. Oh,
yes.
and another one. Yeah, no, I can we get Kristen Stewart or similar in a role that she's absolutely not suited for? Oh yes. Oh God. Okay, what role is Kristen Stewart playing in this? Um,
She's got to be playing the like completely just unhinged leader of the cannibal mutants.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That seems like something that's not really Kristen Stewart's speed, but
Not at all.
also it's it's got the energy, I think, of somebody like, aren't you tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go ape shit? And Stewart was just like, I mean, if you'll pay me to, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
But like when I say unhinged, I mean like unhinged in a really just like Joker-esque cackly kind of like,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Kate
like
said, I said unsuited for her.
I feel like Kristen Stewart thrives in a role where that like either requires very little emoting or relies on like the subtext of the performance, right? I think that's what she does, and that's what she does well. Unhinged evil scientist, that could work too. Oh,
Ooh.
smash the two ideas together. Unhinged evil scientist who becomes the unhinged leader of the cannibals. Like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there's some like weird bullshit where like they were one of the scientists maybe who was working like adjacent to the project that caused the end of the world, but they somehow like survived it because of whatever measures they took and have been trying to like, but they're it's the apocalypse, the nanites drew like drove them nuts. And now there's some like weird infection-y kind of shit
yep,
where like all of this like cult of cannibals are also like infected with this nanotechnology.
yep.
And like it's using a like biological material to reproduce, which compels that, and this is all part of the lore that is absolutely incomprehensible. We're talking about Dune levels of lore here.
Yeah, and like there's
Dude,
no
hold on.
plot. There's no plot. It's just like a series of characters lore dumping to Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider while they give their
Yes.
own like their like one-liners in their own humor styles, and then like the cannibals come and it's just like a weird, very like poorly choreographed action sequence that turns into like a sort of like whenever it regards the two main characters, it's a very like um, Three Stooges esque kind of thing. But if it focuses on any other character, they play it straight. You know,
Yeah,
it's basically
yeah.
just Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider are in and they're in their own movie, which is entirely different than the movie that everybody else in the film is in.
Okay, I had a thought. What was the name of that show? Where it was animated for most of it, but it was an animated show with like about the immune system of a live action guy,
Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones.
Mm.
Um, I was just thinking like this is some nanotechnology bullshit. Like, what if there's some kind of like Osmosis Jones style B plot that one of like I don't know if it's Rob Schneider or Adam Sandler that's playing one of those roles, like, or if they're just both two guys, just two dudes in the wasteland. There's somebody else the B plot somewhere in here. It's like some like nanobot resistance within the very people's bodies themselves. A war waged on three fronts inside us. Like something very dramatic for the trailer.
Okay, hear me out. This is a different idea. What if
It just looks at Degree. You're not nanotechnology bullshit. I promise.
what if uh it was just a bunch of scenes, right, that play out in a very like Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider are they're playing the everyman, right? Just regular guys from like whatever the before the before times were that somehow get transported into the apocalypse, into the I can't do that. That's not going to portmanteau correctly. They get transported. They meet characters who then lore dump for a really long time. Then the cannibals come and like kill a bunch of people, and they sort of like bumble their way around and then escape. But it's like a variety of scenes of that make it seem like it was just like all of them, like the whole movie is just that same formula over and over again with different people lore dumping in a way that suggests that each of those were different discarded scenes from the actual movie that they just stitched together into the actual movie.
Excellent.
And like they're all different iterations on the same scene, but like it's those takes that they do, like, okay, let's try the scene this way and see if that changes things, but it's just like 30 of those, and that's the whole movie, just all of those stitched together.
And you're sitting there thinking to yourself, is this like some kind of found footage thing that we're doing now? Like, is that what's happening here? David Fincher. All right, no, we pivot back around. I think we circle around back to good levels of weird if this winds up being a Wes Anderson film. So, Wes Anderson cannot be involved.
Apocalypse. Nanopocalypse. That's, I think, what I was trying to get at, Kate, and my brain just wasn't making those two meet. But the guy behind
the Resident Evil movies. Oh god.
I feel like for like a second there, I almost knew who that was, but it's gone. Cause yeah, but yes, I think that's great. That's what it has to be. And I think I actually even have an idea for the final scene, which is just Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider doing their own like patented like one-liners back and forth at each other, right? Going slowly more and more existential and serious until they finally just sort of like stop on like a big like but like to them it's like a huge reveal, but to us, the audience, it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's just nonsense, and they just like look at each other, and then they just both stare at the camera, and then it just cuts to black and credits roll.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't know, not even the decency to fade. Like, it just cuts straight to black.
It cuts straight to black. It's just a black screen before credits roll, and then there's something ridiculous, like, I don't know, the sound of like
the distant sound of Kristen
the sound
Stewart.
No. The sound of a bowling ball rolling down the alley and knocking over pins, and then it cuts to credits, and then it goes to credits.
Yeah, there it is. Just yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
no.
gosh.
Again, no. Howling Wind again would have been like verging on just being normal. And this movie can't do that.
Can't.
Absolutely can't.
You already made this really difficult by telling us that it was starring Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider, because like that in itself was like, well, that's the bad pitch right there. Like, you don't even have to tell me anything else about it. That's the bad pitch. So like this was a challenge, which meant we had to go way over the top in order to make this one work. So Howling Wind is just doesn't cut it, man. It just doesn't cut it. That's too normal.
Edgy.
It's
edgy for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not enough. It's not enough to make what you gave us even worse.
Yeah.
I think is the gist of it there.
Yep.
Also, Amethyst said, and then Al Gore tells you to go home after the credits finish.
Not in the film. He just like shows up at the movie theater and tells you to leave. Like, not even in the film. Just
you have to go now.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, as we approach the end of this pitch, a reminder to all of our lovely friends in chat that if you have similar movie ideas or just thoughts such as what if Spider-Man was a T-Rex, you can pitch those things to us, and I promise you that is only an infinitesimally small spoiler for Across the Spider-Verse, because there is in fact a T-Rex Spider-Man.
Good.
And I want to know what his deal is.
Currently, our reigning champion for bad pitches is live action Arthur in the style of Cats. So like Just
That's
let that
right.
sink in for a second, and just like really sit with the horror of that.
Truly. Truly.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yep.
No. If I think about it for too long, I'll go back to having nightmares about it.
Deuce Bigelow, the Nano. Oh no.
No, that's the title in one shot, Kate.
It has to be. It has to be.
Dang.
That's an Adam Sandler title, right? And,
Deuce
like-
Bigelow is a Rob Schneider film, but
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
so
it's the.
Okay. Yep.
I think the T-Rex Spidey was a body swapping thing. That would be a real Spider-Man like comic. It would
Yep.
be a real thing. That's an extremely comic books thing. The T-Rex gets to be a fleshy meat suit person that's like 5.5 feet tall for a few hours, and Peter Parker gets to be a web slinging T-Rex. His name is.
Oh, goodness.
Can't even read it. I'm so
good.
simultaneously disappointed and proud of the people who wrote those comics.
No, that's incredible. Well, I think it's funny because there is also like a version of Spider-Man called Spiders-Man that's just a bunch of like a swarm of sentient spiders in a Spider-Man suit, and I think that's extremely funny. Like whoever came up with that, I see you. Good work. Good work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Adam Sandler! I didn't know Adam Sandler helped produce the Deuce Bigelow films. That tracks.
That's even more fitting.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Spider's Man is great, but awful.
You
Yes,
broke
it's
John my goal every time.
Yep.
Listen, Chance came in here and chose violence. Chance, I don't know if I have to ask you at some point, maybe not on stream, but if you're going to be at Gen Con, or if anyone else in chat is going to be at Gen Con this year, because I'm going to be there.
Where?
And I wish to Gen Con.
Where?
Yeah, this little like get together of nerds and some vendors called the Lake Geneva War Games Convention. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes, I do think I've heard of such a thing. Hold on, let me just look up here real quick to see if I don't know if I've heard of. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. I think I may have heard of that one. Quite possibly. Yes.
Yeah.
I rate this bit 10 out of 10.
And now we move on to our filler segment where Freeman rates bits. Freeman judges harshly all of our bits.
It's very serious. It's
Yeah. All right,
4 years of study, 2 years of specific study, 1 year of never mind. It's a lot. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
I rate this bit
Or say
2 out of 8.
You know what? That is fair.
Would have with rice.
5. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
5 out of 7 would have with rice.
Yes, that's where I was going with that.
I'll miss Reddit when it burns itself to the ground.
That's
Yep. That's the whole thing.
Look, I know Reddit is a mixed bag. That's literally the whole point of Reddit. But there's been so many useful things that I've found on Reddit. And, like, I have found the, like, TTRPG side of Reddit to be actually pretty great as long as you stick to the parts of it where we're talking about the actual practical, like, aspects of running TTRPGs and stuff like that. Very useful. Very good stuff. Helpful discussions, helpful people. But, there's just the other part of Reddit. But really, isn't Reddit just kind of a microcosm for the internet? I mean, there's the good places, and there's the pretty bad places. The really, truly awful ones. So, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen
just
people...
don't go there.
I've just seen all these takes of people being like, good, let it burn. And I'm like, you don't fucking... That's somebody who doesn't browse Reddit who's saying that. And, like, look, I'm not an apologist for the shitty parts of it, and I'm not really on there very much, but I have found useful things on there, is all I'm saying.
And how many times have you solved a tech problem for yourself by Googling the problem appended with Reddit, and then you found a weirdly specific thread from 4 years ago on a
Yes.
weirdly specific like sub forum on Reddit that had the exact
Yeah.
solution, like steps to solve your problem from some guy named like Weed Boner 420. Like, yeah, I mean.
He's not wrong. I know
Welcome to
that.
the part.
He's my cousin. Weed Boner 420. Blaze it.
Um,
Ramblemancy.
Welcome to the part of the show where actually it's just like that Bambi pitch that we did at the beginning, where you thought we were doing bad pitches, but actually we're just doing a PSA for Reddit. So
yeah, I mean, mostly we're vamping until we have a new bad pitch to play with here.
John, did you say you had one locked and loaded?
Oh, I did. Mine was honestly not like, now that I understand that the T-Rex Spider-Man is like a real thing. My bad pitch is genuinely just like, no, it's prehistoric Spider-Man. The T-Rex is Spider-Man. And like how like I want to ruin that.
John, I don't know if you understood that this is Bad Pitches Ramblemancy. I don't know if you understood what we're doing here tonight, but this is Bad Pitches Ramblemancy.
See, the problem with comic book movies and comic books is that no matter how bad I try and make that, it's just gonna wind up sounding good.
It's just a comic book movie. No, I'll tell you what. It's prehistoric Spider-Man. Okay, so there's a dinosaur, and he gets bitten by a prehistoric spider. The prehistoric spider is fucking gigantic, so the dinosaur is just immediately eaten by that spider. The end. That's the whole movie. There you go. I made it terrible. I made it bad. I made it bad.
DC did recently do Justice League, but dinosaurs in the comics.
Oh I do. God. I think I saw the cover for that one. Yeah, I did know that. That's.
Honestly, the other thought that I was having was a live action Metroid movie.
Okay.
But it's the plot of Other M.
I don't.
So to give a quick summary of the plot of Metroid Other M, you remember those? Yeah. Sorry, you remember the people who made the Dead or Alive video games?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So for some reason they decided that was the studio to make a Metroid game.
Okay, I'm vaguely remembering you explaining this to me now, and yeah.
And it's a really weird take on Samus in which the characterization of like what has previously been an almost exclusively silent protagonist is now like this weirdly extremely needy, like motherhood obsessed ex-military washout gone freelance bounty hunter because she had daddy issues, and is obsessed with like this weird kind of motherhood dynamic with the baby Metroid that died saving her at the hand, like, you know, in the fight at the end of Super Metroid versus the mother brain. It's really weird, and for the entire game you're not allowed, like, the way that they do the Metroid thing in this game is they you know, because at the start of every one of these games you have to lose all of your power-ups. There's got to be some reason that happened.
I'm with you, Chance. I'm with you.
Yep. And the way that they did that for this game, and you can go over, because I actually played the first like 2-3 hours of this on Bree's channel last week. You can hear the sound that I made when I found out this information, but the reason that you can't use your power-ups in this game is because you've not been authorized to use them by your kind of like, I'm an orphan, so I adopted this adult as my dad, military commander guy who's just a generic like space marine, told me that I can't use them. I'm not authorized, and it should be noted at this point that Samus is a contract bounty hunter. She's not in the employ of like any kind of army. She's not even hired to be here. She just showed up. And she's like, I can't use my abilities because he told me not to. So
I mean, okay. Here's what I gotta say. Absolutely horrible pitch. Truly terrible. That said, can't really do much more to that one. Not a whole lot of work for us to do here. I mean,
I know, like,
yeah.
I know it's one that's hard to make worse, but I think you probably could if you turned it into a movie.
Absolutely. No, 100%. That yes, that would be bad. I can see that. But what if I did though? What if I did make it worse somehow? Hold on. I got to think about this for a second.
I'm just thinking about like the kind of movies that gave rise to Metroid the game, which is like Alien, you know? And so maybe like, and there's a whole thing with like Alien and Ripley and all of that stuff that's kind of weird, I think, in some of the later movies too. And so I'm just trying to like kind of rope some of that in here. Like maybe it just winds up feeling like an Alien knockoff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't make it worse. I'm sorry. I truly can't.
It's already really good in a bad way. I mean bad in a good way. I mean bad.
Yeah. It is genuinely difficult to make this worse.
Yeah, okay. But now I want to take on the challenge.
See, that's where I'm at. Like, that's part of why I'm like, I want to try this. There's got to be a way that I can make this even worse. Really, human said, we took this character you love and removed everything recognizable about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's the thing that the Halo series did where all of a sudden it basically just went into like first person shooter mode, which I think is always a swift way to tank a game that is based on like a video game, a movie that's based on a video game franchise, you know.
Unless
so
it's that Doom movie starring Dwayne Johnson, because in that case that was the only good part of that movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Easiest way, and this is a bit of a gimme. I recognize that because this is a really good way to make anything bad. It doesn't matter what it is. But if at several moments throughout the movie, if if various characters just fully break the fourth wall to like espouse thinly veiled libertarian ideology. Like they try to couch it in like it's still in lore of the world, but it's just very clearly just real world. Like it's just whoever wrote this is a libertarian and wants everyone else to like. That's what I think. Yeah.
I think, and no, I think that's honestly, I think that's great. I do like that.
If anybody has ever made the horrible mistake, as I have, of attempting to read the Sword of Truth series, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't done that, if you haven't read the Sword of Truth series, don't.
There it is.
That's it. I've got nothing clever. I've not Terry Goodkind. He's neither of those things.
Damn.
So
yeah,
tell us how you really feel. Yeah, no, I think that's a fast way to make the movie worse. Somebody did suggest make it a musical, and we can combine those two ideas to make it even worse. Like the musical numbers are like weirdly coded with like not quite right-wing political ideology.
There's a whole musical number just entitled "Taxation is Theft." So like that has very little to do with the entire rest of the plot of the whole film.
Mm-hmm. Gotta give Samus a man sidekick who does all of the useful things in the story instead of her half of his dialogue is just snide references to the original Metroid. I will write that song. Oh yeah, no, that's perfect. It's supposed to be like the big end of Act 1 like banger song too. Like that's the vibes that
And
it's
like
got.
it has nothing to do with Metroid or anything like that. They just like throw the word Metroid in there, so it is like still technically about, you know.
There's like some wordplay about like the things that Metroids do in there that like just thinly like tax it on to the already flimsy other M plot. Oh my god, Dad didn't authorize me, man sidekick. It's cool. I don't have a dad. Does the thing.
That's the thing. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very critical of government, but entirely uncritical of the military. So
Yes.
that should be, that's very important.
Mhm.
Like
It's like, yeah, no, I think that is genuinely the way to. I think that is probably genuinely the way to make this worse. Is that it's very clear that this is military propaganda.
oh, sorry.
Um,
Did you think that I was riffing on the pitch? No, I was just describing libertarianism. Sorry.
in which we shit on libertarianism.
It's surprise. It's not a pitch. It's not Bad Pitches Ramblemancy. We faked you out. It's a PSA on Reddit where which is also a fake out, which is just us shitting on libertarianism. Anyway. Newly Human, I think
Oh
that's
my
the only
God.
way that you can read that line. I agree. I think that's the only way you can read that line. It's Duke Nukem's voice.
In the Duke Nukem voice. Yeah,
It's
gotta be.
cool. I don't have a dad.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I think that that's got to be, I think, the fastest way to make that movie worse than it already is.
Just make it military/libertarian propaganda, the musical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the musical.
But somehow still in the framing of Metroid. Oh no. That wouldn't even be fun to watch. That would just be, I don't know. I think I would literally just shrivel up in my seat if I were watching that, you know?
Yeah, I think, like, seldom. And I want to be clear that I made it through the entirety of the Star Wars Christmas special, which I want to be clear
You deserve a medal for that.
is a bad film. It's not
Mhm.
good. Like it's not so bad it's good.
It's not even fun
not-
bad. It's just like,
No,
uh,
it's just kind of painful to watch. And you look at Mark Hamill and you're like, either you are really strung out right now or somebody really fucked up your makeup, buddy. And like I've never heard so much unintelligible Wookiee, like, no subtitles Wookiee screeching in my entire life. And like there's the infamous scene that I think stops a lot of people where the Wookiee like granddad is watching like weird VR smut on his headset and it turns into a whole musical number and you watch the entirety of the music. I've sat through that. I think pull the eject handles like 30 seconds into taxation and stuff.
no subtitles Wookiee screeching is the name of my black metal band. That's
Oh my god. Yeah, no, that's a
Newly Human.
first
I
of all,
appreciate you.
killer band name, honestly. Oh god. What's your first album called on no subtitles Wookiee screeching? Like Chad's also said,
God.
which is still a part of Reddit.
That's true. Libertarianism still a part of Reddit. Yep.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
like you can't be there for too long
No,
before you
that's
start to. Fuck. followed by.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
Not a whole lot of people have made me cry from laughing on this stream. So count yourself newly human amongst the rare few. That's
Oh my God.
incredible. Just truly. Yes.
Oh
God.
so good.
Amazing.
Yep. I don't know how to recover from that, frankly.
No, it's kind of just fully stopped me in my tracks. I'm thinking about what the other songs on that playlist would be, like on that album would be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A momentous occasion here. A momentous occasion. Somebody finally got Lucas to shut up. Truly a task worthy, an accomplishment worthy of commendation.
I did it. I blue screened ROL.
Usually, we're the ones who do that.
Usually, it's our tech causing that problem.
Right?
Case point at the beginning of this stream.
Deliverance, but instead flatulence.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't. Ooh. Okay, I'm fine now. I've recovered-ish. Weapons are part of my religion. Good.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, well, if anybody has any other terrible pitches, this would be the time for them. Because I feel like we've now gotten into the zone. We're right in that good spot for pitching terrible, terrible things.
Yeah. I do I feel like we're really kind of in the pocket here.
Absolutely. Also,
I'm
gonna crack a window because it all of a sudden got very warm in this room, and I am just very, very, very warm. Hold on, I'm gonna
do it.
I'm gonna do one of these.
Do it. I don't know. The only thing I had was the Bambi one earlier.
I hear the vigorous sounds of Puss in Boots happening next door, and that's
part of the way you started that sentence.
Yeah, good point.
It made me think it was going to end somewhere good.
Yeah,
that's what tonight is all about, my friends.
There's a smooth roll into the frame. I give that a 9 out of 10. Only because you didn't have sparklers.
Yeah, I wish I had sparklers, but
John,
I would
word
probably...
choice is.
I can't.
This is me without a drop of alcohol. I'm just like I'm riding the high of all of the bad pitches this evening.
They truly are their own kind of.
Oh God.
Yeah.
This is my favorite improv game that we do. Thinly veiled.
I don't.
Inappropriate
context. The word vigorous for 200, Alex.
Oh, that reminds me. There's a line somewhere in one of the Pitch Perfect movies. It's a one-off, like,
not a good
Fat
enough
Amy
excuse
line.
for the word penetrating.
Yeah, it's a one-off Fat Amy line that, like, just. It's said, nobody acknowledges it, they immediately move on, and it's fucking hysterical.
It's one of my favorite lines in that movie. Not a good enough excuse to use the word penetrating.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the energy that inappropriate contexts for the word vigorous. For
hey, look at that! We got a new pitch from Chance.
All right. Let's see it. I will post it in chat as well. Oh, yes, good. Okay, so here we go. I'll do my pitch announcer voice again. Let me sip some water.
Let's do it.
Coming to you this summer, a superhero movie, but it's about the everyday civilian trying to submit insurance claims for their damaged property, or the janitors that have to clean up everything.
Damage Control, the movie. We already got a title. We've already got a title here. Okay.
Oh man, is this like a Pixar animated, like in the style like a Pixar animated movie?
Nope. I
don't
think
think
it
so.
has to be some Marvel budget shit. That's what it has to be.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah. Okay, I think
because like Pixar, like if it was Pixar animation, that could loop around to like actually being good. You know, we could loop that back around to being kind of good and wholesome. But I think it has to be like, wait, even better, even better. I changed my answer. Not Marvel, DC. It has to be, and it has to be played with the same like, played very straight, played very gritty, just like, tonally it should be the same as Dawn of Justice, as Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Tonally, it should be the same as that movie.
right.
If I am not asleep 20 minutes in, then it's not going hard enough.
All right then. That's fair.
You heard it here, folks. If your movie can make us fall asleep in 20 minutes or less, it has succeeded.
If I haven't rolled my eyes 5 times before the opening like credits are done, then it's not. Yeah. It's you know. Introducing supervillain Red Tape. Yes, good.
Oh my god, it is somebody. It's got to genuinely be somebody's villain story, and they are genuinely made out to be the villain, because I think the way that this is played is the way that, because I think the good movie here, the good movie that we're pitching away from, is genuinely like kind of an action comedy about the life of these people who clean up after superheroes, and the inherent ridiculousness of all that. Like, you know, it's a fun it's a fun, like maybe 100-minute tongue-in-cheek, silly, like superhero movie with its own. It's got like the superhero structure, but it's about regular people, and so it's fun and funny. We're not doing that.
Nope.
These people treat like this is their life. This is like sport, you know, sports anime, how serious these fucking teenagers take playing soccer. Like, that's the level of dedication we're talking about to this job. It is like it is their own like laser focused, you do this job right or you get the hell out of here, you know, like levels of seriousness. These people are really truly passionate about infrastructure.
Absolutely. That requires a different cleaning compound.
Alien blood that requires a different cleaning.
So, this has to include. Okay, first of all, this has to be an origin story. Okay.
Yeah.
It's an origin story, which means that instead of a wacky, strange way that they get their superpowers, it's a wacky, strange way that they become a janitor. So, like a dry cleaning truck, and that is a thing in the context of this universe. A dry cleaning truck tips over and spills, and when they come to consciousness, they're wearing a janitorial like uniform. They're wearing like the, you know, and then, I don't know. That's all I got. That's as far as I got with that one.
Like a toxic Avenger thing, but
yeah,
but like.
Yeah, it's like so like or maybe like the facilities truck tips over and spills janitorial uniforms everywhere, and the protagonist gets like
yeah. No, it's okay. It's like you do like the I got it. Okay, so like it's the classic, you know, like this happened when the protagonist was a child, right? This incident with the janitorial uniforms being everywhere, and like these people coming in to clean up after the big superhero v supervillain battle, and this was like the moment. They're like, this is what I was meant to do, and they've grown up their whole life now, just like with like a mop. or something that one of these people handed them when they were a child. And I think like that's the kind of origin story we're going from here. Like we almost begin with this flashback sequence, and then we flash forward a bunch of years into the future as this person is like struggling to come up through the ranks.
That is, sorry. Chan says this feels like Michael Cera as the lead, and like now I can picture no one else. It must be Michael Cera as the lead. You're absolutely right. Yes, Chan's good. No, you're right, John. I think it is that, and it is like literally just like a superhero film. Like beat for beat is a superhero film, but the main character isn't a superhero. Is the main character is a janitor, which in my book, janitors are superheroes. But for the context of this movie, that it's the whole thing is, and like all of their like beat for beat, it matches the superhero film formula, the origin story film formula. But nothing is extraordinary or like whatever. It's all just like, yeah, I don't know. And I think you're right, and I think it literally just steals the Daredevil origin story, but instead of becoming like this awesome like crime fighting blind but can hear and like the other senses are highly attuned kind of thing, it's just a janitor. That's it. Like not a special like superpowered like just literally a janitor. But then beat for beat matches the like the superhero origin story.
Anytime it threatens to be interesting or have like a commentary about like, you know, the nature of a world that inhabits superheroes and the impact that has on the lives of the regular people who live within it and what that must be, anytime it verges on broaching those subjects, just hard pivot away.
15 minutes later, the janitor cleans up some puke from someone being saved by a arachnid person. All right, great. Arachnid person.
Excellent.
Arachnid person. They don't have the rights for that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Michael Cera is the lead.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's Michael Cera. So, well, hey, how am I gonna get this web off of here, guys? How am I gonna get this web off of all? Okay. That's yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. I gotta say, who else stars in this movie? Who's the fucking hard as nails old janitor that like that runs this?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Oh, perfect.
Fuck. Yeah. No, 100%. And they tried to book him for a serious role. Like the character is supposed to be incredibly serious, and it's just they had to do so much work to make that happen.
Kid, come on, you could be head custodian.
Matt just says no. Can we get his wild character from It's Always Sunny though? Oh my god, Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Danny only speaks in It's Always Sunny.
Good.
Oh my god. See, no, like again, Daniel Radcliffe is a good suggestion. Like, if you make Daniel Radcliffe his like the superior like janitor here, we're swinging back around. That could salvage this.
That's true, and unfortunately, so could Robert De Niro. As much as I love that suggestion, that could salvage it. Honestly, even Danny DeVito could salvage it. So now I'm torn. Wait, I got it. Nope, I've got it. Jason Bateman. Jason Bateman as like the lead, like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Jason Bateman. Yep.
Oh yeah, no, I think that prevents it from being salvageable. Not that.
I love Jason Bateman, but he always
I do
plays
too.
characters that I cannot fucking stand, but in a way that is very funny. So like,
Do we have 2 actors now from Arrested Development in
yes,
this?
that's exactly
Yep.
that's what got me there.
Good.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect. I like it. I'm down.
Oh my god.
That's a good that's a good casting.
Oh yeah, you're
We
right,
need
Chance.
James Corden in here somewhere.
Yes,
Oh.
James Corden's the villain. Yep.
Yeah, actually would be really good.
And the villain is like
Hell
really.
yeah.
Jason Bateman is a great actor. He just plays punchable characters. Exactly. That's exactly. Yes, that's it. That's it. He plays punchable characters. There. That's so true. Sorry, hold on. Breaking from the bad pitch for a second. He does play punchable characters. Even when he plays more serious characters, they're still very punchable. You're absolutely right. Huh. I had not considered this.
I don't know, like even the character that he voices in Zootopia, super punchable.
Yeah.
Even when he's
Batman?
like even post character.
Lego
like,
Batman, very punchable. Like,
Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah.
I haven't seen enough of him, honestly, except
There
for a
was a
little bit of
show-
Arrested Development.
Yeah, there was a show that he was in. I don't remember the name of it, but he was like, he's an addict, like he's an alcoholic or something like that, and he's in AA, and he like, I don't know, it's a weird show, and I didn't like it, but I did watch all of it like out of just sheer like fascination with the whole thing. And I remember it kind of turning around and becoming kind of okay. If anybody knows what show I'm talking about, please let me know, because it's not a show I would recommend, but it was fine. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway,
James Corden is his manager that keeps telling him he's not cleaning enough.
Yeah.
Jason is the supervisor that keeps trying to stand up for Michael.
oh,
yeah.
and you know that scene where in every like hero's journey where the mentor character dies, right? Instead of that, he gets fired. It's like he gets fired from his post.
But it's with the
Yeah.
because like this organization is treated like with just deadly seriousness.
Yeah.
This may as well be him dying.
Right. And
Right.
it has 2 days before retirement. Yes. And he does it, but he does it to like protect the main character, the Michael Cera character. Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's how the mentor character in the hero's journey and the origin story, that's how he dies. It's always like defending the main character from like some greater evil that he's not ready to face yet. Yeah.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
like but he delivers the monologue, like the death monologue, you know, like the last words. And he's like totally fine. He's just in the elevator, but delivers it as if he is dying. So including the halting speech and the like, you know, all that kind of stuff. Like he's just he's like just is like in the elevator like holding the door as it's like, you know, trying to close, and he's just like holding his box of stuff that he cleared out from his desk. Just promise me one thing. Never let the job get to you. Never let it change you. And then he steps back and the elevator door closes and he's gone. And then you have like and then you have Michael Cera, his character just like puts his hand against the elevator door and rests his head against it. Like, I promise, man.
It's excellent.
Yeah. That is, I would want to crawl out of my skin by the end of that scene. So I think.
Oh my god, yes. James Corden walks by and throws his paper towel trash into Jason's box as the elevator closes. Yes.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. No, just insult to injury. Mwah.
Well,
Perfect.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
I think that's a button.
I agree. I hate this movie. Good.
$5 well spent.
Then we've done our job.
That's our whole shtick here tonight.
Oh my god.
You give us $5 and an idea, and we'll make something you hate, hopefully in a fun way.
Oh my god.
You know what? We might have to do this again.
Yeah, we might have to.
We might.
That's why I think that's why I left the Ramblemancy for next week as TBD, because I really want Henry to be able to make it.
Henry would be so outrageously good at this.
I agree. I really want Henry to be able to make it, and he is only free every other Friday. So maybe next week we can do this again, but with Henry, because that I think would be great. I think so. According to this, the time we have reached the end of our time. Unfortunately, this is a lot of fun. I love doing this. Every time we do it, it's always so much fun.
I genuinely, this is one of my favorite things that we do on Ramblemancy.
It's so good.
Genuinely.
Creating cursed content.
So I guess to wrap things up as we recap here, or to recap things as we wrap up here, order that sentence correctly. Tonight what are all of the things that we pitched? The first thing that we pitched, God, it seems
Bambi
so
slasher
long
film.
ago. Yes, Bambi slasher film with a Michelle Obama Al Gore celebrity cameo about logging.
Yep.
And deforestation. Incredible. Called Bambi Fawn of the Dead.
Still funny.
Still good. Then I think after that we did the Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider nanite post-apocalypse movie. Dune level lore, no plot. We had live action Metroid Other M, but it's a thinly veiled libertarian military propaganda film.
Musical.
And then musical.
Mm-hmm.
Music. I forgot that it was a musical. That's so bad.
John, how could you forget the iconic musical number called Taxation is Theft? How could you forget this?
I repressed it, Lucas.
And you call yourself a music nerd.
Oh, God. Oh.
Ooh.
Hold on. I just have a information from O1 Geekouts. Gave y'all one last one.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
God. All right.
We got time for one last one, I think.
Yeah. And then our most recent one here, a superhero movie, but it's about the everyday civilians trying to submit insurance claims and clean up after the superheroes. But it's treated with the deadly seriousness of some of the worst movies in the DC franchise. And now, just to round things out for the evening, from Matt, A Bug's Life, but live action, and its human faces on the insects.
There it is. No, I'm kidding.
Cool.
Ooh. Hold
What have
on.
you done?
A Bug's Life?
What
I can't
cursed
remember what this
abyss
is.
have you opened unto our lives?
I'll be right.
Darkened depths have you delved to thrust this upon us? What cursed... I can't keep that going.
Let's just do... we could just do the cast from the voice actors, but as they are now. I know that Kevin Spacey's in there.
Oh no, that's already terrible.
Hopper.
Okay,
God,
that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I like Kevin Spacey.
Okay, live action ants. Now, here's what I gotta say. Live action ants, yes, absolutely, but not like Disney's live action. No. None of that shit. None of that 90% CGI stuff. We're talking practical effects. We're talking practical effects, people.
Very Willow of you.
Yeah. We'll just dub him with actual grasshopper. Now that's comedy.
Oh, God. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
hmm.
I need to look up the plot of A Bug's Life real
Also,
quick.
why is it that I am only now, at the age of at nearly 31 years old, am I just now realizing that the main character's name is basically just Flick the Ant? Like, did I just now understand this joke? It's not
I
even
just
much of a
got that.
joke. It's not even much of a joke.
Yeah.
Anyway, um,
Uh, like the Dark Crystal episode where they had people in puppet suits to climb the cliffside. So
yes.
far away shots. So far away shots. It's the actor in a bug suit. Yep. No, exactly.
And it has to have, it is not even a particularly technologically advanced suit. It has to be a suit where, like, the additional limbs are just, like, static. Like, they
They're
move
just
only
hanging
because
out.
they're just hanging, probably made
Mhm.
of latex or something, like, like, just sort of, like, flopping around,
Absolutely.
independently of the motions that the actors making. Yeah. Um, you can see the strings. Yes, Matt. Yes, you can see the
Mhm.
strings holding
That's
up the other
good. That's
limbs.
good.
Very good.
There's at least one mishap that they just couldn't manage to edit out because it was in a vital scene that involved like flying and like the circus bugs and stuff, where like the wires for them flying got tangled with the wires from the costume. And so like there's half of the movie where one of the costumes is visibly extremely different because it got so fucked up in that one scene. And like I can't decide if they make up an in-movie reason for it to be that
No, they
way.
absolutely do. An actor improvises the reason, and they just don't have the budget for the editor to, like, get it out. Like, they just leave
Mhm.
it in. They leave in the, like,
Whatever like pithy comment that the actor makes about why their carapace is like messed up and why their arms are all in the wrong places now at the wrong angles. Yeah. Um yeah, no, that's it's getting worse by the minute.
Yep. Yep.
Good.
Like
I can't.
the ice.
I can't unsee. I can't unsee Kevin Spacey's face on a bug though. It's great.
Wait, so let me just ask a real quick question. Are these, like, I know I'm the one who said um practical effects for the costumes, but are these the kind of costumes where they are designed by, like, a studio that has the budget for, like, the realistic or, like, realistic-ish
Mm.
looking, or are these literally just, like, the kind of thing that you would see an underpaid worker at an off-brand Chuck E. Cheese wearing, like, where their
No,
face is exposed to, or, like,
that
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
that's what I was thinking too, and that was kind
yeah.
of the pitch that Matt gave us. It's live action, just human faces like poking through the
Yeah.
costume.
But it's
It's
like
not
in
like
the bugs' chests, like the bugs' heads are like the headpiece for the thing,
Oh,
but, like, their
interesting.
faces are in, like, the thorax of the bug.
Oh my
Mm-hmm.
goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Matt says the stunt performer refuses to wear the feet, and you can see their sneakers.
Was this made by Disney or by your local community theater? We're gonna say. We're gonna say. Oh no.
Oh
Um,
God.
we're gonna say, to answer Amethyst's question, I think this is a Disney production with an output that looks like your local community theater, because the budget definitely went somewhere that it didn't need to go. Um,
Yeah.
Oh. To Chris Pratt.
the budget went to Chris Pratt. Yes.
The
Um,
Oh
budget went to
no.
hiring Chris Pratt and Scarlett Johansson to play multiple characters.
yes.
Um,
Exactly. Yep.
so yeah.
Which sorry for this, but like who so who's the army ant? Because that's what I'm just thinking. For some reason, Chris Pratt is gonna be like this super is gonna try to play a super like militaristic like battle hardened.
Okay.
Like,
Again, breaking the bad pitches thing. Why have we noticed the trend in Chris Pratt? Like, Star-Lord is one thing, but have we noticed the trend in Chris Pratt trying to bill himself as an action movie actor now? Have you noticed this?
yep. Oh, absolutely.
Like, Star-Lord is one thing because like that's certainly a bridge between like between his previous roles and like the action movie thing. But anytime I see Chris Pratt in anything even approaching a serious action movie role, I cannot see anything other than Andy Dwyer. And I'm very sorry, but like I just see Andy Dwyer and I can't not.
I hear you. I know.
It's real.
It's
real hard.
I have a similar thing with John Krasinski from The Office, but like at least I feel like
That's right. He also had a stint where he was doing like action movie type stuff, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean he got really like buffed up for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just weird. Yeah. No, it's just I can't see it. I'm sorry. I
I hear
can't.
you.
Anyway, back to the bad pitches. May as well maximize the physical training. That's fair, I guess, but like I don't know, man. It's just
Yeah.
if you want me to take your action movie seriously, don't cast Chris Pratt as the main action hero. I can't. You can have one. You can have Chris Pratt as your main action hero, or you can have me take your movie seriously. You cannot have both.
Yeah, it's a two choices. Pick one.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
Yeah. And also the whole Mario thing too. I'm like, okay.
From what I heard about Mario, they seemed to have selected just any of the lines that he did the worst and used those for promo, instead of any of the. Because I heard that film was all right, and I heard actually mostly that Jack Black, which I feel like is
Jack Black is
the
Bowser.
natural.
It is genius casting. I will say that much.
Yeah,
Genius
Oh my God.
casting. Like
That is
and
fair.
I feel like anytime you cast Jack Black in a movie, Jack Black just whether or not he's supposed to be, Jack Black becomes the best thing about the movie.
it's
Like,
true. Yeah.
He's just such an incredible
Also, on the subject of Jack Black, I realize that we're doing a thing. I know we're doing a thing. That's what it's bad pitches. I understand that that's what we're doing. But on the subject of Jack Black, absolutely fuck all the people who said that he ruined The Mandalorian. Anyway,
Now I've got to see this.
Jack Black in The Mandalorian was great.
it was.
I saw like far too much hate about that. Like absolutely fuck off. Like Jack Black is awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to that part of The Mandalorian, but I thoroughly look forward to seeing it now.
It's great. It's excellent. All right. So, do we have anything else for this pitch?
I think we've gotten a lot of mileage out of what we've got so far. I'm trying to think about any ways that we could make this work, like any third act twists that we could circle back on and make this work somehow.
A weird Euphoria-esque like B plot featuring Princess Dot. Okay, I'm done. All right.
All right, there we go.
Anyway.
Yeah. I can't top that. There's nothing more that I can add to that.
And just so we're clear, in this, Princess Dot is definitely supposed to be a teenager and not a literal child, and is played by a 30-something. So.
Yes.
Yep. Because that makes it okay. That makes it okay.
Yeah, no,
just so we are clear, I'm absolutely 100% not serious about that.
Yep.
I don't think that makes it okay. I'm just saying, for the purposes of our bad pitch.
Exactly. And
and
so many producers do that.
Yeah.
That's
so many, what I'm getting at here. Just
we make
so
this
that we're
okay
clear.
because they're
It's like, well, I know they're technically underage, but they're being played by 30-somethings. Like, that's not better, bro. Anyway. Anyway. That's our episode.
I think that... Wow. God, what a
Okay.
cursed way to end the night.
I'm so sorry.
As is tradition. I don't
good.
think that we could have ended out any better way. Yep. Thank you everyone for coming along tonight. This is again one of our favorite things to do, and there is a high likelihood that we'll be back here again this week at this time, or next week at this time, doing this exact same thing, because this has been a lovely evening of doing this bit, and y'all's pitches are always it's so much fun. So Matt is cursing our Discord. I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see. So, yeah. What are we up to? This is the end of our streaming for this week. Obviously, as we've been talking about tonight, all the stuff we're doing for fundraising is stuff that we are putting towards the next season of Tomorrow is Dead, our zombie-themed actual play using the Walking Dead role-playing game. We are very excited to be putting it together with all of our cast, most of our cast, 4/5 of our cast returning.
Whatever could you be referring to, John?
I don't know. It's a zombie flick. Everyone winds up okay in those, right?
Yep.
Ouch.
So we're very excited to be welcoming a whole bunch of people back, and we currently have funded character art and some core rewards. You can see more of those immediately to the right of my face, just above chat. Currently working towards commissioning a title theme for our intro sequence, and getting a live Q&A panel with all of our lovely cast members pre-show, so that you can accuse us of things and we can answer cryptically, and it'll be a good time. Ask us about our character inspirations, things like places we think this is going to go, all of that good stuff. Next week we will be doing another round of some zombie themed streams. We will be starting off.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry. Theoretically, on the schedule it says that we're doing Left 4 Dead 2, but if we can figure out, because we've done two Left 4 Dead streams, one of which was unplanned because Project Zomboid didn't work for some reason. But like, if we can, it will probably be Left 4 Dead 2. But if it's not, but it just if we can find something else, we might do something else. But yeah,
That's fair.
Yep, and then so that'll be Tuesday. Maybe Left 4 Dead, maybe another zombie themed video game. We'll see. And then Wednesday, you can come watch me scare I will turn off so many of the lights in my room. I will turn the volume on my alerts way up and make them very scary. And you can watch me scare the absolute piss out of myself by donating while I'm playing some Dead Space, which is a notoriously super scary video game, one that was programmed to be unpredictable in its horror. I know where some of the scripted events are, but I played this game when I was like 17 years old, maybe. So I've forgotten a lot of it. It's gonna be a good time. Watch me get very scared and probably swear a lot. And then next Friday, there's a good chance we'll be back here doing exactly this. John, you started that sentence again. We're not going to talk about it.
All right. So, thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thank you for those of you who donated, who gave us great / awful pitches. We will see you next week for our next round of fundraising. Have a great Dying Light. We all have that.
We've
we all
played
have
that
that.
before.
We've played it. Yeah. Interesting.
Ooh.
Okay. Good. Yes. Thank you, Chans. We might do that actually. I forgot about Dying Light. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us. We will see you. Have a great weekend, everyone. We will see you hopefully next week for our next round of fundraising. But if not, we'll see you the next time you decide to come. Roll with us. Good night and good zone.